Organizing yourself with technology, great for multiple schools. This is a tutorial about organizing yourself using your device. We are going to work a lot on Google Drive for beginners. We'll talk also about 3 different ways to read a book to your students using your camera feature or app, Google Slides, and video editor. Organizing yourself is important, especially if you are at multiple buildings. For those of you out there with a disability or teach special ed, you probably already know that staying organized has a ton of benefits, and if not, well, welcome to your new life jacket. To be honest, my Google Drive is not beautiful because I didn't start with an organization in mind. It's harder if you have to clean up afterwards and then add to it. But I'm also going to show you how to start fresh or just add to your mess and ignore the messy part. But I'm just going to let you know if I go too fast, please feel free to pause the video at any time or rewind it, whatever you need to do. If a specific topic doesn't pertain to you, you're not interested, I'm babbling too much, just fast forward. So here we go, guys. All right, I'm going to Google cold turkey. So I just typed in Google here, Google comes up. Up here in the right-hand corner, if you've never signed in before to your Google Drive, you're going to hit sign in. Otherwise, you might have a little circle here or your little face or something like that where you can sign into your Google Drive. I'm going to sign in. I can select from any one of my accounts here, but I'm going to use an account that has nothing on it right now. And let's see. I'm going to use my maiden name and yes, I remembered my password. I'm good. So over here, if I click on this, it'll pop down and show me what Google accounts I do have if I have multiple accounts that I'm logged into on this computer. Otherwise, I can go to the Google Apps, these little buttons right here. You have a lot of things in your, if you have a Google Drive or in your Google, you're able to enter your own YouTube. You have your own mail system, and you have your own drive. There's a bunch of other things that Google offers you that you also have. I'm just going to talk about the drive today. So we're going to click on the drive, and you'll notice that I have absolutely nothing in here. I am starting from fresh. So in order to do that, number one, you probably want to determine how you are going to organize your drive. So I'm going to do a folder. I'm going to call it online learning, because maybe that's the way I want to do mine. I can then, if I right click on here, I'm able to rename it at any point in time if I'd like to rename it. I can change the color of the folder. If you're one of those people who organizes by color, I'm one of those people. You can totally change your color. So look, I can make it green. Woohoo! You're able to share it, and I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. But you're able to download things and put it inside there. So I'm just going to open it up, clicky click. And so I just double clicked. And from here, I can add another folder if I want to. I can upload a file. So let's just do that for fun. I'm going to touch File, Upload, and I'm just going to click on the first thing that pops up because that's what I want to put in here. And because this is my online learning folder, we're good. I want to put something else in here. I'm going to put a Google Doc. So this is very similar to your Word documents or your Notepad. And I'm just going to click on that. And we're just going to say hi. And I wrote he. Way to go, me. You can type whatever. Fun thing. So I'll be quite honest with you guys. I have a disability. I have a traumatic brain injury. I got that after I graduated high school, and I bought, the expensive Dragon software, the dictation system, and a bunch of other things. And it ended up not working after a while. I mean, it worked beautifully, but I had to keep, I guess, installing new updates and things like that. So that's on my old computer. However, I just learned this fun fact. So if you go to Tools and you come down to voice typing and then click the little microphone and start talking, it will start typing for you. Now, it might not be perfect, but at least then you have it there. And then you can go back and correct things. Period. Okay, that's a run-on sentence, but if you remember to make sure that you say the word period after your sentences, you're good to go. I just then click off of the microphone and it stops recording. Notice it stopped right in the word of microphone. So that's kind of cool. If I want to name it, I go up here, I click on here, and because the first word up here is hi, it labeled it hi. I can write it as dictation, or I could name it something else. It automatically saves. You'll notice right here, it says last edit was seconds ago. All right, it will automatically save. If it says saving up here, don't close it out. There are times when maybe your computer's going a little bit slower and it needs to continue saving. The nice thing about Google Docs is everything will save while you're doing it. You don't need to keep hitting the save button. The bad thing about it is if you have something, you completely redo it and then go, oh, I like the first one better. Well, now it's not a saved document. So in order to go back, see these little buttons here? Just like in Word, if you hit back, it will erase or take away the last things that you did. So that's a little bit about how to use Google Docs. I'm just going to click out of this. Notice when I click out of this, I'm right back because my tab is right here. I'm right back in my drive. And here's my dictation file that I just made. And I still have my uploaded document. If I do Google Sheets is just like an Excel document. You have all your little columns and rows and all kinds of fun stuff. It works very similar, but there are differences in it. You will find things a little bit different. My biggest problem, I'm starting to like Google or the spreadsheets better because I'm more familiar with it now. I used to hate it because I knew Excel like the back of my hand. Now I can't do things in Excel because I can't remember anything. But let's just say I do all these letters, fun, fun, fun. Now that's an overflow. If I click on it, and I can go to text wrapping and then wrap it. That's the thing that I found is different in Excel as in here. Not a big deal. So if I come here up to the spreadsheet, I can name it a couple letters. Good fun. I X out of that, and again, you see it popped up right there. As long as I'm inside the folder where I'm making new things, it's going to save there. Now, if I come out of that folder and I do something new, like let's say I do a Google Slides, which is very similar to your PowerPoint presentations. Google Slide doesn't have quite as many fun doodads as PowerPoint, but then again, Google Slides is free. So you can change the look of your slide. You can do all the fun stuff. Basically, if you would like to know more about Google Docs, the spreadsheets or the presentation, what I would suggest is just play around with it. To be honest, that's how I learn the most and learn the best. I'm just going to call this slides. Click off of it. Last edit was seconds ago. Going to get out of here. I'm back here. Notice now that slides is not inside my online learning folder. If I want that inside my online learning folder, I can right click. I can say move to, and then it will come up here. I can click on online learning and simply click, and up, you guys can't see it too well. There you go. I can click move here, and now it's gone. If I open this up, it's now in here. If I need to further make things, I can add new folders. So I'm going to pause there and talk to you more. Okay, here I am in my Google Drive. I am in my school Google Drive, so this has a lot more information in it. It's actually organized half decent. It was really bad before. If I open this up, this folder has the most things. I still have to organize a lot of this stuff because it's hard to find. Classroom environment, I have my different things I'm doing. My virtual classroom, which there is lessons on virtual classrooms later, so you might want to check those out. But I have all my different slides and things for my virtual classroom found in there. All right, so now that we did that, you have an idea of how to do that, how to move things. I'm going to show you how to share. So it really doesn't matter what I share. I'm just going to share this file here. I'm going to right click and I can hit share. Now, oops, let's not do that one. That one's already being shared. I'm going to do right click on this one and share it. Now I can just share a file. I don't have to share an entire folder, but I'm deciding to share an entire file. I'm going to put in the website or the one that I was just in, and it will allow me to edit it. If I don't want the person I'm sharing it with to be able to change anything, I click down here on that arrow and I hit viewer. So they will only be able to see what I've done. They won't be able to change anything. I can now enter a message if I want and explain to them whatever this is, and then I can hit send. It's outside of my organization. I don't care. I'm just going to share it anyway. Not a big deal. Now, for another item, if I'm going to share this, same thing, I right-clicked, not a big deal. You can also get a link that you can put in an email or something like that. This says restricted. Only people added can open with this link. I'm going to change that by just clicking on it. I can click down this down arrow. It will either restrict it, which is what you saw before, or I can only do it so that the link is only good for people who open it up with a Brandywine School District Google account, or I can do absolutely anybody. So those are some important things that you might want to look into if you're sharing things with people inside your organization or if you're sharing things with students. Now, we're just going to hit done, and I'm going to find something, architecture, cultural house, wonderful. So I'm going to open this up, and I want to share this presentation with my students. I just hit file, And then I'm going to publish this to the web. If I publish it to the web, I hit link, publish. I'm going to publish that selection. I can now copy this. So this tells me if I press Control C, that will copy it, and I'm good to go. I can also right click and hit copy. I just click out of here, whoop-de-whoop-de-doo, and then I can share that in an email. I can share that on Schoology or whatever platform you are using. If you don't believe me, I don't know why it does that. Here's a Google Doc. I'm going to right click. I'm going to hit paste. I push the space bar. If I click on it, this little box comes up. I'm going to click on that. And here's my presentation. I'm able to click through it, but I'm not able to move anything around. Very nice.
I took a bunch of pictures of a book that one of my students created with my cell phone using the camera app. I'm recording this using my iPad, and hooked up to my iPad is a microphone that is attached to my ear. Simply, when I am done taking my photos, I want to then send them. And, oh, that's not the one I want to send. I'm going to send that one. And I just need to make sure the little buttons turn blue, those circles that I send. I can only do 10 pictures at a time if I'm sending them through my Google Drive. I can do the different things down here. Mail's an option. Mail doesn't usually let you do very much. I'm using my Google Drive, so I click the drive, and it takes a little while. All of my accounts pop up. I want to send it to my school one. From here, it's going to ask me where I want to put it. I'm going to select a folder. I want to put it in my drive. And as you can see, my little folders pop up. If I don't have a folder that I want to put it in, because I can touch any one of those and just say save here, I can also add a folder. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to add a folder. I'm just going to put the letter N, create, and I'm going to save it here. Then I have to upload it. And it failed. But that's how you do it.
Okay, we're back in my Google Drive. I saved my files in my N folder. Here are a bunch of my videos. I also created a slideshow presentation, which I haven't named yet. I'm opening that up. Now you can see I've already added files, or I'm sorry, slides. In order to add a slide, I just simply come up here. I can hit the drop down and hit whatever type of slide I want. I want a blank slide, so I now have 9 slides. Beautiful. I want to insert on the first page, starting with the first page, my pictures. So I can insert an image, but because I already have them on my drive, I go to Drive here, click on it. My recents will pop up, which works for me because I just did it. If you want to go to your drive and search that way, I can go to my N and find the things that I need that way. I'm going to put this one in here and then put this one in, and I'm just going to organize them that way. So I finished adding all of my pictures. Like I said, I did a book. This was actually something that I had my students do when I taught English class. If it was my art class, they would have been expected to color them. Most of my students were expected to do that anyway. However, this is the book that he made. You'll notice that I'm only on number 5 slide. I erased a few of my slides already. All I have to do to erase it is I click on it and just hit the delete button. Boom, you're done. So from here, if it is a book, I can go to Screencastify, or I can go to Screencast-O-Matic, or I could use Zoom or any other type of recording device in order to record my slide. I would hit present, I would turn on my recording device, and then I would read, or I would go over my slides. If it's information that you're talking about to the kids, you can do that. So that's just how that works. Another way to record stories is to use your camera app and just simply read your stories as you turn the pages. I don't like to do this because if the pictures aren't big enough, it doesn't work out too well. This is a picture book, so it really doesn't matter that much, but I would rather not have my kids see my face. I want them focusing on the story. So that's why I did the Google slide presentation. The reason I'm talking about books is because I am at 2 different schools, and it's a lot easier for me to have all of my stories recorded on the computer. I also put them on YouTube, but because of copyright laws, and to be honest, I probably am doing something bad anyway, but because of copyright laws, I make sure everything's unlisted so no one else can look at them. It's basically just a folder for myself to use whether I have my computer with me or whether I'm just going on the internet and signing into my YouTube. Now, I do it that way, makes life a lot easier. I do like to do like the presentation, or I'm going to show you video editor very quickly. Thank you. I opened the app or software called Video Editor on my computer. I'm going to make this large so you can see. I'm going to hit New Video, New Project. And from here, I'm going to call my video Get Ready Beautiful. This story is actually a story between my sister and I. She bought a super expensive Renaissance dress, and I forked over the money and she paid me back for it, but my parents were never supposed to know. So then I'm going to open the file system that I've saved these in. Now, oh, I have to save them in there first. The only bad thing about putting things to my Google Drive and then bringing them to Video Editor is that there's a lot of back and forth. So what I have to do is I highlight all of this stuff and then I right click. I'm going to download it. It's zipping the file. So what that means is the file is locked. I can't just pull things out of it and put it into my video editor. I'm going to have to take it out of there. It's kind of a pain in the buttocks. But once it's done zipping the files, which it's almost done, it will pop up with a message about leaving. You do want to leave. And we're still thinking, probably because my husband's doing his drafting of football stuff tonight. And as I said, this is actually a project that I did in college. My teacher was talking to us about collage and decoupage and things like that. But these books that I've showed you, the Mine, Get Ready Beautiful, and The Broken Heart or The Heartbroken, I will probably be doing a lesson on how to create a book during our spring conference. So that's going to be more workshop oriented. So if you'd like to join me for that, I would love to have you. So it popped up, I hit leave. And now I can just minimize this. And I'm going to want to open my downloads folder because that's where it is. So here's my file. It's a zipped folder. I'm crossing that out, Xing that out, and I'm then going to highlight this, right click, I am going to, I didn't want to right click. I'm just going to push it into this folder called Get Ready Beautiful. And all the files are there. Wonderful. Next, I open up my video editor, and I'm going to take these files, again, just highlight all of them and pull them over here. Next thing I do is, I'm going to just X out of that. I'm going to make this big so you can see it better. Because they are all check marked, I can then just pull it down here and they'll drag and drop in the order that I pulled them over. Unfortunately, I didn't organize them properly, so I can move these around. The only thing with this is I have to do my voice recorder. I have go into my voice recorder and I have to talk through here and then go up to custom audio and add my custom audio from there. It's a little more time wasting almost. Google Presentation seems to work a lot faster for this same idea. So thank you for joining me. I hope you guys learned a lot, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My information is below. Thank you.